Welcome to Pollen Weather by Pollen Wise App. It's Thursday, July 16th. I'm Landon Bunderson, and this is the place for daily allergy news and forecasts. Recently, we've had a couple of large storm systems sweep across the northern states. It's always interesting to see what rainfall does to pollen levels, so I thought I would talk about that today. But first, let's do the forecast. East central Texas and northern Utah are going to reach the 80s today, while Seattle and Phoenix will see high 70s. But the highest pollen concentration today will be in San Francisco, which might get as high as the low 90s. It appears levels are creeping up a bit nationally as we enter weed season, though the East Coast remains low. Mold will be very high in western New Mexico today, might even break 90. And on the flip side, both coasts will see quite low mold levels. Some wet weather coming to western Kansas and Texas Panhandle. That might bring temporary relief to the heat. Also a big band of precipitation moving across Illinois, Michigan, and western Ontario. Beware the gusty conditions before the rain falls. We'll talk about that in a minute. Poor air quality has returned to the Great Lakes region, but the rain should clean that out nicely. Here's a look at temperatures across the U.S. Enjoy your Thursday. High pollen and mold levels can seem to keep us allergy sufferers indoors for days on end. While you're in the middle of your allergy season, often the fastest way to take a bad day and make it good is a nice rain shower. And it doesn't take a lot of rain to clean up the air. 1/4 inch of rain is enough. One thing that we often warn people about is the gusty, dry air that precedes storm systems. Take a look at what happened in Waterloo, Iowa last weekend. A storm front moved in and kicked up a lot of dust and pollen between noon and 1. You can see that clearly on this graph, and you can also see it in the image of the air samples we collected. This is 1 minute's worth of sampling. Now, after 1/4 inch of rain fell in the 6 o'clock hour, take a look at this frame, completely clean. And going back to the graph, the air was clean from 6 p.m. all the way through till morning. This is quite common. High risk of allergens right before the rain falls, then the rain falls and the air is clean until things dry out. If you get rain in the morning, it is possible for the sun to dry things out by afternoon. So just remember, storm systems will often cause pollen to spike and then go to zero. Thanks for listening. Download the Pollen Wise app for hourly pollen data and like this video and subscribe to this channel.